Good morning and welcome to the Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts. I'm Catherine Ann Clayton and I teach entrepreneurs how to make money by creating their own business, grow their own business, or increase their revenue very, very fast. I help them create top tier clients and guide them to become more bold in their thinking, strategies, and tactics. One of my superpowers is I teach you how to use LinkedIn to do this and how to break through the barriers in your business that may be standing in your way or stopping you from growing forward. So let's jump right into the business and getting in through some breakthroughs. I have a special guest today, and she is a great leader, wonderful person, and her name is Katia Rave. And you know what, Katia? I want you to go ahead and just take over, introduce yourself, and tell everybody how you help people.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm very honored to be a guest on your show. And yes, my name is Katia Rave, and I am a business coach. And I always joke that I speak three languages. I speak French, English, and money. One of the tools that I use is I help my client to not only create a six-figure business, but doing this with implementing public speaking as a way to generate leads and to generate clients. So yeah, that's what I do.
So tell me a little bit more about this speaking thing, and can you really make money by speaking? I mean, we're here to make money because we're in business, right? And
That's
that
right. That's
business
right.
means profits.
That's
So
right.
I mean, I can speak to my children all day long, and I'm not making money there. So tell me a little bit more about that.
That is so true. I love that. One of the things that I say, public speaking is truly networking on steroids. My fiance actually came up with this saying, and I've really been loving it because when you think about it, we network, right? We put ourselves in front of one person, two-person, if we're really lucky, maybe three or four during, an evening, a span of 2 hours. Using public speaking is basically doing the same thing. However, you are looked as an expert and you are on a stage, whether obviously before it was a regular stage, now it's virtual, but you really have an opportunity to reach so many more people. You're reaching at least 50 people in the room, and sometimes up to 300, 350. So that's obviously, the way of communicating is the same, but you're reaching way more people.
So let me ask you this: since you brought up the deal with what we're going on in the world with the pandemic, how has this affected your business and your public speaking? Because we can't travel anymore. We can't go and speak on stages because we can't meet in groups. So tell me how this has affected your business.
To be really honest, it hasn't affected it much, whether it's my business or my life. I was, doing everything on Zoom before. Now, of course, the traveling. But you see, I was on February the 28th, I was keynote speaker in Rome, Italy, and on a regular stage. And I really saw what was happening there. I was one of the last airplane who came back into the country
Wow.
on March the 4th. And I knew then we had to switch very quickly. So I really helped my client to say, hey, we have to create our own stage because we're going to be stuck for a while. So now we're just using virtual speaking. For me, my business, honestly, has gotten way better because I think with this COVID, we have realized then there was a lot of cracks into businesses fundamentals. And we can go anywhere. I have been speaking in everywhere. In the morning, I can be in California, in Europe. In the midday, I can be on the East Coast in America, and then in the evening, like last week, I was in California. Or even Friday night, I did another speech, very very late for me, but California time. So this is an opportunity to really use public speaking.
So and you talked about it being very late for you, but you were speaking in California. So and we've heard the word. I personally think that it's been overused. We've heard the word pivot, and you and I have talked about we really need to not pivot. We need to shift.
Right.
And so I would say that 6 months ago, you wouldn't be speaking probably late at night in California because there weren't some virtual events. So tell me how you've shifted things to make your business, grow and be really productive during this time, because I found the same thing has happened with me. I've grown my business 3 times. And so tell me how you've shifted and how you're teaching your clients to shift instead of just this pivot, because we have coaches that have told us that when you pivot you're just going around in a circle.
That's right.
So
And
talk to me a little bit about shifting and how you teach your clients how to shift.
I think, sometimes whether we speak, whether we write a book, it's all about listening and meeting the audience, meeting the business owners, meeting our clients where they're at. And I think if we are doing a good job right now of listening where they're at and meeting them there on that week, then there's no pivot needed. It's a little shift. It's a little shift from last week. And we do that by listening. We do that by connecting with them. We do that by serving them. We do that really by making sure the audience, the clients, the people listening to us are the focus of us versus me being the focus. And I think that's the difference. I think the shift happened when we really listen and cater to the needs of the client, to their pain point. We go back to that. And all of those are the fundamentals of business.
Right, right. So talk to me a little bit about, a lot of people focus on themselves. When you start a new business, I know, I left corporate America 5 years ago, started my own business in an area that I knew what I was doing. So, and I was a one-woman show. So it was okay. But then a year later, I started, getting online and having to do things online. Talk to me a little bit about taking the focus off of you, Katia, versus putting it on to the client, because that was hard for me when I first started, because it was all about, I want to make money, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I wasn't getting clients 4 years ago. So talk to me a little bit about how you make sure that you are focused on your clients and what the audience wants.
I think we all went through that. I think at the beginning, we all go through these stages of, yes, we want any heartbeat who's going to pay us, we're going to take them as client. We all went through that. And to say then we have not would totally be a lie. But I think as we grow a little bit and as we understand that it's not about us, and how do we do this? For me, it was a little easier because I went on stage and I realized that if the focus on stage was on me, it was not converting. It was not converting the room. And that is really, truly what I've concentrated myself into, right? And when we listen, when I know exactly who's my ideal client, when I listen to their pain point, when I listen to their need, when I listen to where they're hurting, then it's very easy for me to say, okay, do I have a solution for their needs? Do I have a solution for their problem? And, most of the time, yes. And then I make the messaging about them. It's not about, hey, I'm a business coach, you should hire me. It's really about, hey, you know what? I have a solution to your problem. At the end of the day, it's two humans really having conversation, me on the virtual stage or me on the regular stage or me on the other side of Zoom or like here. And it's really, my focus is whatever you need me to answer for the audience is what I'm kidding. I don't care what I look. I don't care. If I stumble of my words, well, you know what? People are going to be like, well, she barely speaks English anyway. I mean, there's always going to be something, right? So you when you remove that, you remove the fear. You remove also the, oh my gosh, what was I supposed to say? What was I supposed to, what did I want to make sure I said? We don't have those anymore because it's really becoming more authentic and more catering, always catering to the audience, always catering to the clients.
And tell me if you think this is true. I think as you grow as a business owner, entrepreneur, you start to grow in the way that you think about how you serve your audience.
Very much so. Very, very much so. I mean, 7 years ago, I was not speaking the same way than I am speaking now. You gain also, I think, the what is important. For me, it's authenticity.
Mhm.
I want people. I don't care now about my accent. I used to. Oh my gosh, 6 years ago, Catherine. Yeah, I mean, I was so worried. I was like, people are not going to understand me. I invent words all the time, and now I say it. I mean, I was at a networking event, or no, on Friday. I was speaking in California, and I think I made up a word, and I told them, I said, I don't even know if that's a real word, but in French it's that. So I'm going to just make it sound in an English way, and I used the same word, and I Americanized it. And I was like, I don't know if it's a real world. And if it's not, then let's look it up. And this is what it means. And boom, I invented a word. I don't care anymore about this, because, again, it's not about me. It's about me being able to convey what I want to convey for the audience to get what they need from me.
So let me ask you this. I already know the answer, but I'm talking for the audience. Do you have a coach?
Of course I do. I wouldn't
Okay.
be where I am. I have three coaches.
Okay. So with you being a coach and you having a coach, three coaches at that, I have two. Um, how important do you think that somebody starting out in the middle of the process or even making six figures needs a coach? How important is that?
I think, for me, I think it's very important. But I think for the people, again, because it's all about, like, who are we talking to, right? How fast do you want to get to your goal? And I think at the end of the day, that's what it is. Do I believe that you're not going to get there on your own by doing YouTube, by, reading blogs, no, you will, but you may take 5 years to get to where you can get somewhere in 3 months. And how fast do you want to get there? And, one of the things that I always say is, people in their business, they're so good at their trade. They're amazing at their trade. They're just not good at understanding business. They haven't learned that. They didn't go. Most people haven't gone to business school, and they haven't gone to get their MBA. They haven't had a coach. How are you supposed to ride a bicycle if nobody teaches you? This
Absolutely.
is not this is not how it works. Your parents were there. They told you how. They hold you back, right? And they say, I'm going to stay there and I'm going to run with you. And when I believe, then you're good to go on your own. I'll let go, and you will be. And a coach does the same thing. And a guy who is doing their scales is doing the same thing. They're so good, and they're still doing their scales. There's something about having someone who's knows the answer, who understand the concept, and who can tell you how to do those steps in the right order.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, this has been fabulous, and I definitely, the great thing about having these interviews and me doing these shows is that we're going to talk with different experts, and we're going to talk about, different things and barriers to build your business. And Katia, you are the expert for speaking. You are the go-to girl. So I want anybody out there that wants to know, and I know firsthand, but if anybody needs help with their speaking or needs help with, getting on stages and growing their business, I urge you to reach out to Katia. Secondly, Katia, do you have anything to give to our guest? I think you have a freebie. Can you tell us about that?
I sure do. So I knew that we were going to be speaking about speaking, and one of the things that I think people get so weird about is, how do I even start? How do I craft a little talk? So I prepared something, and it's called Red Hot Talk. If you go to redhottalk.com, it's a little workbook, and it just helps you to put a little speech together. So I will put that into the feed, or I will send you that, and take me up on it. You'll just be able to craft your own little talk, and reach
And
out to
I
me.
will testify it works. Katia helped me with my speech. Also, for me, I'm giving away this week. I'm giving away the client building profile secrets, and I'm going to put the link below. And this is going to help you really get started and, on creating your profile on LinkedIn if that interests you. And Katia, it's real important that our audience out there take heed of these freebies. It's so important. I have all these experts lined up to talk to us. And so I want you to jump in and get these freebies so that you can grow your business. And, I can attest that Katia's Red Hot Talks is awesome. So don't sit on the fence and not take advantage of that. Jump in there, get the freebie, and let's see how that can level you up to the next level in your business. So Katia, I want to thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. You know that. Blessings to you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And we will see you guys tomorrow on Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts, same time, 10:15 Central Standard Time. And thank you again for being here. Bye-bye. How was it?
Girl, like